Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with Trae.
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Grand Rising, everyone. Welcome to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I get to welcome you to a Thank-Filled Thursday. I'm always thankful for my guest who's in the building with me today. We got Wesley Nicholson, owner of Two Maids Kent. Y'all, so I'm really excited. He's going to be talking about their services, what they offer, and the area they cover in this phenomenal franchise of Two Maids. So I'm really looking forward to talking with him, but I'm always looking forward to bringing you into this equation, y'all, because you help us grow by sharing this show with folks who you feel could benefit from our daily dose of dopeness. And we really appreciate y'all sharing this show in the ways that you are able to receive it and consume this. But also, if you cannot watch us, you can always listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and The Day with Trae. You'll find us there. Now, before I get into it with Wesley, it's so interesting because I got to tell y'all this story, okay? My mother, oh, bless her heart, right? She has been wanting to help me organize some stuff in my house. I have like two rooms. I have a walk-in closet, then I have like a closet room. And I'm so appreciative of her. But it's so interesting because the way that you open my door is very specific, right? And she had the key, but could not open the door. So, you know, while I was out on Friday, she's like, I'm here, I'm at the door, I just can't get it open. I want to get a jump start on this. And I was like, okay, Mom, just do these few things. You should be able to get in the door. She couldn't do it. She's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to ask for some help. I'm going to see if your brother can help me get in the door. So she goes and tries to get my brother, but he's not home. So she comes back and she's like, you know what? I got this. I can do this. I got the fortitude. I can open the door. Nope. Again, she could not open it. So I want to send her a huge shout out because I appreciate folks in my life who are always looking to pour into me as I pour into others in these different types of ways. And you know, folks understand, like, man, she's busy. Like, how can I help? How can I support? And my mom is always there as my number one supporter. And I want to send a huge shout out to those who support the folks who are on their path, on their destiny, and living in their purpose. You know, right? They may need those villages. And I talk about my village all the time. And it starts with my mother, y'all, 100%. When my father was alive, him as well. The two of them were always there to help me, to make sure my kids were good if I had to travel or anything else. So I just am so appreciative of our supporter groups. And I want to just send a huge shout out to those of you who support others. Your support is definitely necessary, I'm sure of it, but it's also appreciated. I'm so filled with gratitude for how my mom always shows up for me, y'all. She is my ride or die. We will go and do shows together. She is always there, always ready to support. So this one's out to you, Mom. I love you, and I appreciate all the ways that you support me, and I don't say it publicly enough. So I tell her all the time privately, but I just wanted to send a huge shout out to her and to all the other folks who are supporting because it is necessary. That brings me to who's coming up next. We got Wesley Nicholson in the building. We're going to be talking about Two Maids in Kent and the ways that they are supporting folks who have busy lifestyles and have a hard time getting to our house cleaning, okay? Y'all definitely don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Pacific Northwest Ballet is thrilled to be back on stage with your favorite holiday tradition, the Nutcracker. Brighten your holidays with this timeless tale performed by PNB's incredible company of dancers to the live magic of the PNB Orchestra playing Tchaikovsky's classic score. Treat your loved ones to the Nutcracker at Seattle Center's McCaw Hall. For tickets, visit pnb.org.
In Seattle, it's more than just coffee. It's community. At the station, we brew more than just your favorite cup. We brew connection. From Beacon Hill to Columbia City, we're a space for artists, activists, and everyone in between. A place to gather, create, and simply be. Whether you need a quiet place to work, a lively spot to meet friends, or just a moment to unwind, Find your place at the station. More than coffee, it's home. Visit us in Beacon Hill or Columbia City. The station, where community happens.
Let's start the show.
Welcome back, y'all, to the Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Joining me right now, we got Wesley in the building. Hi, Wesley.
Hey, Trae. Hey, thanks for having me. I really, really appreciate it. I really want to start off by saying thank you for all the work you and your team are doing to create this platform for us to kind of come and showcase what we're doing in the community and so forth. I mean, I just started my business, and it's taken a long time, so I can only imagine what it's taken for you for the last year and some change in your team and doing this great work. So kudos to you, and thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to come talk about Two Maids of Kent.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm so glad you found us and that you said, look, I got something to share on the platform. You know, it's folks like you who help us continue on. You know, this is our third season, and we're so honored to be able to steward these stories in our community of just brilliant folks like yourself who are really making a difference in our community. So I got to start with the beginnings, right? I mean, because something like Two Maids of Kent, right? Like this is, a franchise. You said, look, I think I can own a sliver of this franchise. I want to talk about the beginnings. What got you there to that kind of decision?
Man, I think it happened a long time ago for me. I think I'm growing up. My grandmother, I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. She owned the daycare, so I kind of grew up with business owners for the most part, whether it was my grandmother and then my uncles. They had side businesses and things of that nature. So it's not foreign to me. It was just a matter of just kind of needed some, whether it's going to B school, whether it's working at Amazon, whether it was working in the Navy, kind of needed a lot of different skill sets to get me to where I'm at now. And it gave me the confidence to kind of be like, hey, I think I can take this on. I think I can be an employer. I think I can make sure I'm giving out wages. I make sure I can provide for the community. So I think these happened, we're talking about 10, 20 decades ago, and it just took a while for it to catch up to me. But going back to your initial questions, well, last year was just kind of, was more like a, hey, I need to own something. I'm tired of my future being in the hands of, corporate America or jobs or whatever the case may be, and I just wanted to do something that I can be proud of and give back to the community. So Two Maids was the right option for me. It's something that I can get behind. I'm very much a man of don't mess with my peace. Mm-hmm. And that comes in terms of when I get home, I really don't want to clean. I really don't want to fold clothes. I really don't want to wash clothes. And if I can afford it, have somebody else come in and just give me that time to free up to do other things, whether it's thinking about other business ventures, whether it's spending time with family and friends. And I just wanted to give that back to other people as well and make sure that they feel comfortable with people coming to their homes, cleaning them. And if they had a concern, it's backed by a reputable franchise that we make sure that we're going to make right by it. So long story short, it was really more so just about giving back to the community and just kind of just living up to the heritage of my grandmother and uncles that had businesses on their own back in Cleveland, Ohio.
Wow. Well, there's something really specific about you landing on Two Maids, right? And so I want to talk about that journey because there's a lot of different franchises out there. Tell us why this one felt really right for you.
This one, I think it felt good for me because I was doing a search for about a year before I landed on Two Maids. I mean, I looked at some ones about gyms, some ones about dog grooming or pet grooming rather, then some other ones about parking lots, some closets, and some other things. So it took me about a year to actually finally land on this one. And the reason why this one made sense is because I'm still working full-time, and I still wanted to kind of get a franchise up and going before I kind of parted ways with my full-time job. And this one allowed me the ability to kind of go in. It had dashboards built out where you can kind of see what your KPIs you lean against, where your revenue going, where your marketing going, where this is going. They had like an onboarding for my general manager, Tamara Coy, which I want to make sure I give a good shout out for her because she's running it day in and day out, and the people that she's supporting behind the scenes. So great job of what she's doing. But this one was really just kind of a plug and play. I don't want to say that there's no work needed. There's still work needed that Tamara's doing, I'm doing, and I'm getting support from the home office and you allowing us to come out there and just talk about our business. But for the most part, it looked good, and it was something that I can get behind. And again, the biggest thing for me was it was something I get behind in terms of peace of mind. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, it's nothing better than when I go to work, they come, they clean my home, and I come home, and it's like a little thank you note saying, hey, we cleaned this, this, and this, and I go upstairs, and everything clean, the bed is made, and it it felt good to come home to that. And it was like, I want to give this to other people.
Wow. I really appreciate what you shared about, Two Maids being backed. I mean, I think there's something, I actually tried like earlier this year to have someone come and clean I was like, all you have to do is just help me organize my clothes, right? Like, cause that's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
It's like, my God, right? Just help me organize my clothes. And it was so interesting because I wasn't pleased with what they did or the money I paid for them to do it, right? So I was like, I wanted one thing, and instead they kind of came in, did a couple of other things, and did what I wanted, right? But I recognize that, like, I don't know how to search for this because I never had it. I never had someone come in, clean my house, right? As a young mother, I always cleaned. Me and my partner at the time, we would clean. We showed that to our sons, right? Like, this is what we do in our family. But it's so interesting to think there's a peace of mind around a reputable company that comes in and does this. Tell us about how you then in your franchise had to maybe source those folks. Was it something that came with a franchise? Tell us about those logistics.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing, I definitely want to go towards, about 2-3 years ago, or maybe 4 or 5, I can't remember the time, when I was looking for a house cleaner. I remember somebody came in, they would take breaks, they would go outside and smoke cigarettes and come back in. I'm like, there has to be a better way. Yeah. Then it was one time somebody was cleaning my bathroom, they took my towels and put them on the floor to stand on. I'm like, there has to be a better way for this. So like, I got OCD a little bit. So I come home and I'm like, I only use one towel. So why is there like 4 towels hanging up being dried? And she explains to me, I needed them to kind of, I'm like, so, long story short, I didn't continue using them, but for us and for the kind of process we think about. So obviously, one of the biggest things is Google reviews. When you go to like small moms and pops, and they do a great job in doing what they do, but you don't know who you are. You don't know what they're going to do. You don't know who's coming to your home. But for us, we're doing background checks on all our employees. We got insurance to make sure that, hey, if we break something, it's going to be taken care of. We're going to replace it. If we break it, we're going to replace it. And furthermore, we have the Google reviews when people go in there and saying, hey, this and they did a great job, or we didn't do a great job. We're more than happy to stand up and say, hey, you know what, we messed up here. Let us come back and make it right. And we've done that in the past because we're not perfect. We're human. Sometimes somebody missed a spot. Dog came back in after we got done cleaning. They don't know if it was us or the dog. We're going to make it right for the most part. So it's no love lost there. But I think the other thing is what makes us really good is the quality checks. And what I mean by that is we send 2 people out clean, then either myself or Tim or somebody else going to do a quality check and make sure that we did those things as we said we're going to do those things. And then we also do the quality check with the customer saying, hey, we did this, we thought it was good. What are your thoughts? Because that's really what's most important. Yeah. If I come in, I say, oh, this looks really clean, this looks done, this is that. I don't live there, but if you come home and it looks out of place and makes you uncomfortable, then we're not doing our job. So the biggest thing is making sure that we're in a position that we can accept feedback and improve on it. So we have a system behind the scenes. So if you say, hey, Wesley, you guys did a terrible job in the kitchen. You guys forgot to get the backsplash. You guys forgot to get the corners. We're going to take note of that, and next time we go, they're going to read the note, say, hey, Trae, want to make sure we get the backsplash, we get the corners or whatnot, and those notes are saved for future reference as well. So I think that's one of the things that separates us and make sure that we're going to continue doing quality work because as me and some of your colleagues talk about, it just got expensive in Seattle. So if you're spending $1, $2, $3, it needs to make sense. It needs to add value. We need to clean and peace of mind. And we want to do both of those for our customers.
Already I'm so at ease. I can't wait to try y'all out because I tell you that, for me, I need to be able to set it and forget it, right?
Yep.
Like, I don't have the time to be like, oh my God. One of the things, and I'll be honest with you, one of the things for me was I don't know if someone is a thief. Okay, let me be real, because I got too many things, and I'm not gonna notice right away if something is missing necessarily. It may take me a minute, right? But that's like the look. It all makes sense to me, but like for someone else, that was one of my things, and I was just like, I promise you. I was searching this year. So when I saw that you were coming on the show, I was like, oh, I am going to ask all these questions because I think that is what we need nowadays. There is something that, like, my great-grandmother was a maid, right? And cleaned for rich white folks. But it wasn't something that was accessible for us in our communities, right? Like, the idea of me paying somebody to do what I was raised to do with my own chores just never made sense to me until I got so busy easy, Wesley, right? And then I'm like, oh no, like I'm not even here to like dust or what, you know what I mean? Like, who's watering my plants? I'm gone for like this many weeks, you know, these kind of things. And so I really love what you talked about in terms of the peace of mind in the background checks and y'all being able to do these quality checks with the person who is in the home. That is so important because you're absolutely right. If we can build a good relationship, to me, it sounds like y'all take a real relational approach to this, which is very different from a lot of other services that are transactional. Look, I come in, I sweep, I mop, I load your dishwasher. You know, like it's like I checklist. Like
Amen.
I do this, that, I'm done, right? So I really appreciate that. When you think of like how you're giving that peace of mind, tell us a bit about how people have received y'all's services. Like, how they're like, oh my gosh, you know, I can let my shoulders down.
Yeah, that's a good segue. So I know we in October, so breast cancer awareness. Definitely want to, you know, kind of talk about the partnership we have with Cleaning for a Reason. So if you don't know about them, please look them up. So what they do is provide free cleans for people that's battling cancer. So to your point, one of the things that I really enjoyed, and my general manager kind of pushed me on this, because obviously when you start a business, it's all about revenue, it's all about cutting costs, it's all about, so going out and, you know, providing free cleanings for people that's in need. You know, granted, I want to do those, but, you know, it comes at a cost to the business. But to your point, we've been servicing people that's been battling cancer for the last 5-6 months. So when we started off, my general manager talked me into it, and we started taking on patients, then doing free cleanings for them. And then the response we get from them, whether they're family members or them themselves, saying, thank you. Like, we couldn't afford to do it. We didn't have the time, or they were too weak to do it. And, like, that just means a lot to me that we're able to provide that service for people that's in need. Now, granted, I enjoy doing it for any and everybody. Like, if people working, mom and dad both working, you got kids at home, you don't got the time, they're thankful as well. But when those people are like saying, I really needed the support, I really came at the time, at the right time, that feels really good to me. I mean, I can't say that, you know, I've known people personally that died from it. I've known people that battled it and people's in and out and things of that nature, but just being able to help others. Like my time in the military, it's all about helping people. It's all about building relationships. It's about, if you can, help others. And that's what this feels like when I go out and we clean. It's giving people time back. I'm not going to sit there and say we're the best cleaning service in the world. That's not who we are. We're here to give people time back. You want your house clean. You want to be trusted. You want to make sure that it's going to be legit when you come back home. That's who we are. We're going to make sure that your home is going to be clean, nothing's going to be stolen, and you just come back with a peace of mind.
Wow.
And I think that's what people need right now.
You know what? And it sounds so simple, don't it? But in this day and age, it is real, yo.
Yes.
I mean, you know, because, hey, identity theft, all this other crazy, like, stuff we deal with, I think it has a lot of people on edge, Wesley,
Yes.
right? Like, people are just like, I don't know who to trust in this world right now, right? And we need to know, like, hey, these are the folks I can get, and I don't have to worry about all of that. So I really thank you for coming on, and I really appreciate what you shared in terms of your partnership with Cleaning with a Purpose. I mean, this is special, and it is so necessary, but it takes the foresight of someone like yourself and your general manager to say, look, we can do this, right? Like, here's how we can do it, right? So let's give the ways that we can, right? So thank you so much for that. Of course, if folks are trying to tap in, get their house cleaned, you know, tell us about the region you serve and let them know how they tap in right there.
Yeah, definitely. So we're a franchise. Obviously, we cover territory. So all of South Seattle, so from the International District all the way down to Tacoma. So Federal Way, Buren, Renton, West Seattle, and all those locations, we're going to cover those. So the way to get out to us is going to be go to Two Maids. If you're in those territories, it's going to pop up immediately for us. And if you're watching this show, just say Trae, and we make sure we give you $20 off your first 5 cleanings for watching the show and supporting the business. And looking forward to cleaning your home and looking forward to giving you guys time back out there.
Wow. Wesley, thank you for that Trae discount. That's
Of
special.
course.
Well, anytime y'all have announcements, just know the Day with Trae is your home, your media family. We are here to uplift the great work y'all are doing in our communities. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Wow. Y'all, I'm telling you, I'm about to get my house cleaned, okay? I want y'all to get your house cleaned too. Make sure you tap in. I'll wrap it up right after this break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Powerful sentiments, live musical performances, and soul food are all reasons you should grab your tickets to the annual Reparations, a Party for the People Gala on Saturday, November 8th. This year, we're celebrating wins for reparations and setting a powerful vision for the year ahead. We can't wait to see you there.
Hello, welcome to Elite Insights with Carlos Humani. We're looking to offer an in-depth look at event production industry through the lens of client experiences and joint successes. The podcast will emphasize guest interviews, focusing on client, discussing their fields, and reflecting on their collaboration with Elite Collective. Again, you're with Elite Insights. Carlos Humani here. See you guys in a few.
What is a bestie?
I like you.
She's fun.
It's about to be a good time.
She's always looking out for you.
Since you're my bestie, I will handle it for you.
She makes you think.
Here to uplift and empower.
She's always encouraging.
You are that girl.
Chelsea Edwards, your bestie in daytime.
I get the spiritual moments.
Chatting with Chelsea. New episodes weekdays at 5:30 or stream anytime on Fox Soul.
Welcome back, y'all, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Huge shout out to my guest, Wesley, being in the building. Two Maids of Kent. Of course, they cover a major territory. So if you are somebody from the Chinatown International District all the way through Tacoma, make sure you hit them up, look up Two Maids, and it'll pop up on their dashboard for them to come and give you back some time and a peace of mind. Now, I really thank Wesley for what he's doing, not only for the community and his business, but also for those patients whose homes they're going in and cleaning for free. You know, this is a special service that they're offering, and I'm just grateful that their partnership with Cleaning with a Purpose is something we were able to highlight here on The Day with Trae. Of course, I'm inspired by the work he did, saying, look, I found the right franchise for me. This is something that I knew I could do. It's an amazing franchise, and I'm really looking forward to, you know, more people getting that peace of mind back by investing in something that you say, look, if I got those extra dollars and they can go to me making sure everything is good in my house, then let me do it. Two Maids of Kent is a great place to start. Thank y'all so much for watching, and of course, I'll wrap. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.